Shalom. I want to give our honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakodash, Yahweh, which is the one true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one true name is Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, meaning coming in the name. Ba means coming in, Ha means the, Shah means name, Rakah meaning spirit, Kodash meaning holy. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. And shalom to you sincere brothers that are scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to you sincere sisters that are listening in silence, as the scriptures command you to do so. I am the brother Mashiach Razakah, and pretty much this lesson is going to be titled as the third temple. Okay, the third temple. Now you got these wacky tacky Christians that believe that the third temple is an actual building that's going to be built in Jerusalem. Right? They literally believe it's a third temple is the temple that's going to be built in Jerusalem, literally. But they fail to realize that the third temple is pretty much being built now spiritually. All right? That's the third temple. The third temple is being built up now, spiritually being built. All right? It's not physically built. Okay? It's spiritually being built. And this is the concept that a lot of these wacky-tacky Christians are believing in. Right? They believe that the third temple is going to be physically built in Jerusalem with the Antichrist and all of this madness. No, the third temple is being built now spiritually. And we're going to prove that in this lesson. All right, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, especially for those of you who are new in this truth. Okay, so you can get the right understanding of the third temple. All right, and how it's being built now spiritually. Okay, because we are the third temple. Okay, we're the third temple. Okay, we're being built up now spiritually. So, hey, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, and we're going to get to it right now. And the first precept we're going to get is 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, and we're going to start at verse 16. All right. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and 16, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. It says, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, right? And that the Spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Verse 17, if any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy. For the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple ye are. You see, we are the third temple being built up. Okay, we are the third temple being built up. All right, we are the third temple of the Most High. Okay, we're being built up now spiritually. We're the third temple. Okay, and to prove that, let's get out Acts chapter 7 and verse 48. This is Acts chapter 7 and verse 48. Salakia. Thought it was 43, but 48. It says, howbeit the Most High dwell not in, see? Howbeit the Most High dwell not in temples made with hands, right? As saith the prophet. You see that? So this is how we know that the third temple is us, the Israelites. Okay? We're the church. So this is how we know for proof that the third temple is us. We're the third temple. We're being built up spiritually. Because when you go to Acts 7 and 48, it says, howbeit the Most High dwelt not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet. See, so the Lord, he doesn't dwell in temples made with hands. Okay, so that proves there that the third temple is the Israelites, okay, which is us. We make up the third temple because we being built up now spiritually. We're the church, right? We're the temple of the Lord, which we just read in 1 Corinthians 3, 16 through 17. So this is how we know for certain that the third temple is being built spiritually, because the Lord doesn't dwell in the temple made with hands. All right, and we just read this right here in Acts 7 and 48. Okay, so let's get another precept. This is Luke 17 and 20. Luke chapter 17 and verse 20. It says, and when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation. It says, verse 21, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. You see? So the kingdom of heaven is going to be built through the elect. Okay? The kingdom of heaven is going to be built through the elect. Let's get out Amos 9 and 11. Amos 9 and 11. This is Amos 9 and 11. And it says, in that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David. And you see that? It says, in that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, right? And the tabernacle is like a house, all right? The house of David is the elect, okay? And it says, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will rise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. And you see that? And you see that? So the tabernacle is like a house, all right? The house of David is the elect, okay? The third temple is the elect being built up now spiritually, which is the elect, okay? So that's what the third temple is. The third temple is the elect, okay? Being the elect, being built up now spiritually, okay? And let's go to Zechariah 13 and 8. This is Zechariah 13 and 8, and we're going to read to verse 9. Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. Right? The 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. That's talking about 2/3 of our people, right? Which is going to receive that judgment, right? Which is going to be destroyed. But it says, but the third shall be left therein. And the third that shall be left, that's the elect. Okay? That's that third that shall be left. That's the elect, right? But verse 9. It says, and I will bring the third part through the fire and refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried, and they shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. So you see, the refine is closing the breaches of the third temple, which is the sealing of the elect, right? And when it says, and I will try them as gold is tried, that's referring to the tribulations, all right? The tribulations right now with the hardships, all right? And why the breaches need to be refined, because it said refine there, right? Let's get that. Isaiah 1 and 22. And it says, and the silver is become dross, and the wine is mixed into water, right? And it became dross, right? It says the silver has become dross. And the reason why it's dross, that's talking about the closing of the breaches. Okay, so that's why it became dross, right? So there you go. But let's get some more precepts out. This is Ephesians. Where's Ephesians at? Bear with me. I ain't got my glasses on. What the hell? I'm in the Old Testament, so I can. Ephesians 2 and 19. Ephesians 2 and 19. Salakia. This is Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 19. And it says, now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and the house and of the household of the Most High. Right? And it says, now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints, which saints are the Israelites, right? Of the household of the Most High, right? We're no longer strangers. That's what that's meaning, because we were strangers at one time, but we're no longer strangers, right? Those of us that's in the truth, right? We're no longer strangers. This is verse 20. And it says, and are built upon the foundations of the apostles and prophets, Yahushua Mashiach himself being the chief cornerstone, right? So these Israelites are now being built up, right? Are now being built with Yahushua being that cornerstone. That's why it's spiritually the temple being built, okay? That's why it's the temple spiritually being built. Verse 21, it says, in whom all the building fitly framed together growth onto a holy temple in the Lord, right? And that word fittily goes into G 4883, right? Which we can get right here, because we can go into mean that word fittily right here, right? It goes into G 4883, right? And you see it, it says joint. Let's get it.
Strong's G 4883. Sunar Malageo.
which means to join closely together, to frame together parts of a body, the members of the body. You see that? That's what that word fiddly means. Okay, that word fiddly is G4883, which means the members of the body. So the members of the body are joined together, which Yahawashi, right? Which Yahawashi, which is the cornerstone. Okay, all of the elect, right, is going to be built all together. Okay, all of the elect is going to be all together. We're going to be together, not built, but we're all going to be together, right? The elect is being the third temple is being built up spiritually, and we're all going to be built together. We're all going to be together. Okay, it's talking about the elect in Yahawashi. The parts of the building are the members of the body being joined together to form the temple. Okay, so it's the elect. Okay, the third temple is us being built up spiritually. We're all going to be together. Okay, all of the elect is going to be together. Okay, and that's pretty much what the third temple is. Okay, that's the third temple. The third temple is us being built up spiritually, which is the elect. That's the third temple. It's not an actual building, because again, when we go to Acts 7:38, that's how we know for certain that the third temple is being built spiritually. All right, when you go to Acts 7:48, right, it says, "Howbeit the Most High dwell not in the temple made with hands, as saith the prophet." So there you go. That's how we know for certain that the third temple is spiritually being built. It's not a physical temple being built. That's not the third temple. The third temple is being built up spiritually, which is us. Okay, we're being built up spiritually, which is of the elect. Okay, so hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. On to the next one. I say shalom.